Metzeler Motor invited us to test the Karoo 3 tyre over in Wales with BMW off-road skills. As ex-GS owners and amateur off-roaders, we took the opportunity with both hands. We returned from 3 days on track in Portimao and headed straight from Stansted Airport all the way across to Wales. Once we arrived in Wales, we were welcomed at the BMW off-road skills by the friendly team and a jaw-dropping lineup of BMW R1200 GS and a selection of F850GSs. This view is pretty spectacular, and that's without even taking the bikes into the hills. The BMW off-road skills team quickly got us kitted out with the best fitting, clean and comfortable riding gear that allowed us to be safe and ready to tackle the Welsh off-road routes. After a short briefing, we took a 5-minute road ride from the base camp to the entrance of this unbelievable private playground. A brief trail led us to an open gravel and dust flat where, on day one, we practiced a series of intense, slow-speed skills that would set us up with the basics in two-wheel off-roading for life. These skills included figures of 8, skids, front-wheel braking, tight manoeuvres, and the correct technique for laying down and picking up the bike, and so much more. John Joe decided to ride the bad boy R1200 GS, and I chose a brand new F850GS. At first I thought I'd made the wrong decision, but I was soon to be proven wrong. Immediately, once we were out on the trails, we were taught a group riding technique called the drop-off rider. Where riders cycle through from front to back of the group by dropping off and rejoining. This ensures nobody gets lost or breaks off from the group. We took some steep climbs on challenging surfaces which proved to us that the bikes in matching Metzeler Karoo 3s are actually running in their natural habitat. It's the rider that's the issue on roads and trails like this. The bike can handle it all day long. Next up is probably the most challenging part of the course, reaching a steep incline, realizing it's too steep to continue, stopping, then getting off and turning the bike around without dropping it, jumping back on and riding it down the incline you just climbed. We can't go through this in much detail here. You can book the course if you want to learn this technique, but we would highly recommend it.
Nice, thanks.
So
now let go of the brake.
Yeah.
You have, good, yeah, perfect. You're going to get off that side, yeah?
So I've got to turn the bars this way.
Yeah. And just sort of get yourself settled first. That's fine.
And then now I turn them this way, don't I?
Yep. And gently on that clutch. Take your time.
As you watch this, you might be thinking, come on Max, you're being a pussy, just muscle the bike round. Honestly, when you're managing 200 kilos on a steep, uneven hill, you realise that any small movement could unsettle the machine, leading both man and machine tumbling down the hill, risking injury and damage to the bike. This skill is by far the most important thing that we learned during the trip.
That's it, hold the front brake and do your wiggle of the front wheel now, fully right. Plunk on the right as well, the right into the right. That's it, get the most out of each one. And remember to look up at the world as well, Max.
Yeah. That looks pretty good there.
Yep. You're happy, I'm happy. Nice.
Right, so keep the front brake on now, right?
Yeah.
Hang on Max, you forgot to mention Si.
Oh yeah, by the way, did we mention that world-renowned Dakar rider Si Pavey was instructing us over the 2 days? Check out these epic views. I had to get a snap for the gram though. Can you tell it's a pano shot?
Time to get back on the bikes. We definitely decided not to have a race. And here's a good example of target fixation.
Just about working out how quickly we can get to a GS dealership after this.
Should we go to the Momentum now then?
Yeah.
Yeah, there's about enough time for that before lunch now, isn't there? We go straight there.
Yeah, we go down and go left, don't we? Go that way. How do you know at the bottom of this when you come right?
Mm-hmm.
Is it better to change up as you're coming down, or is it better to leave it in first and walk round and then change up?
I'd say I'm definitely in second there for sure. Yeah, but like I said I don't think you're with me, but I said to a couple of the guys there, for you guys that are riding a bit better, like I'd happily still do those techniques, like using the engine braking and the brakes on and off, but in second.
In second gear?
Yeah, because you've still got some engine braking in second, but it sort of rolls a bit nicer when you come off the brakes.
Yeah, okay.
It doesn't bounce around so much.
Because that section where it starts to flatten out is quite fast there, isn't it?
Yeah. But yeah, you just
change up as you're coming down.
Yeah. And again, that probably runs a little bit faster than the 12s, to be fair.
Yeah.
Slightly taller geared. But yeah, like you probably tried that in second, did you? Yeah, it's nice, isn't it? It's sort of more relaxed in a way. You've still got enough, but it's not doing that. It skips a lot when you're in first, doesn't it?
Yeah. And I think that's the bit that's unnerving, because it
unsettles your balance, and yeah, definitely.
This last exercise we're going to do now is what we call momentum, okay? So it's basically all about carrying momentum up a bank such as this, but not just getting up the bank, but having control when you get to the top, okay? Because if you would imagine, you couldn't, obviously at the moment we can see the top of that bank, you imagine we get to the top and you couldn't see it, you want to be nicely in control.
Momentum. For us, this was a great skill to learn and practice. When green laning and off-roading, there is always going to be an occasion where you need enough throttle to get up a hill or clear an obstacle, but you're not quite sure what's ahead. It could be a rock, big ditch, or even a dog walker. As Brad says, it's all about control. I was on the 1200, Max on the 850. For me, this was quite nerve-wracking at first, but after a few attempts, you soon get used to the way the bike responds to the steep incline.
After the momentum section, there was a technical climb and descent trail to explore. This was fun, and also allowed us to practice the skills that we spent a day and a half learning.
BMW R1200 and F850GS with the Karoo 3s are a perfect match, especially in this environment. Gravel, dust, rocks and ruts, no match for the Karoo 3. We can't comment on the tyres' performance in the mud and wet conditions because we're fortunate to have 2 days of glorious sunshine in Wales, believe it or not.
The BMW Off-Road Skills team are professional, but they're bikers at heart. Overall, these 2 days were the best we've ever experienced on two wheels.
And that's a big statement, but it's true.
To find out more about BMW Off-Road Skills and the Karoo 3, check out our blog. And a massive thanks to Metzeler UK, BMW-Motorrad, and of course, the BMW Off-Road Skills team.
Peace from Byroad UK.